Hello and welcome, I'm Tino, and I would like to present you my new best template. Why? Because a few weeks ago I presented one that deals 3.2k damage, moves at 12 kilometers per hour, a lot of fuel, hit points. It was very good. We reached the Urals very fast with that template, but this template moves almost as fast. It moves at 11.9 kilometers per hour, the same amount of fuel and the same amount of hit points. So just by trading 0.1 speed, you are getting almost 600 extra hit points, maybe a little bit more, about 20% basically. And this template can even be improved with air support. I'm not using railway guns, not using air support, but if you use, you will increase this number by 30% using air support, and that will give you a total damage of 5k. I can never get air support with this unit because I have air support in the area. You can take a look at this unit. It gives 30% extra damage, but since the combat using this template lasts only one tick, is super fast. I'm going to unpass. The planes never have time to reach it, and we are going to see how it works. Let's put speed 1, and let's do some moves. We put a field marshal and engineer. That is great because it gives us the river crossing ability. You should try to get also an engineer, a trickster engineer as commander, so you get great boost when river crossing. But we are going to unpass, and they go quite well despite going through the river. We are very slow, speed 1, so you can see the moves. And let's see. Now some units go for the capital, and another unit here. And we're also going to put all the other units in strategic redeploy. Control 2 and the B, and they will follow with strategic redeploy. Maybe we can cut them here. One of the division can go down. They have already took that one, and we are going for the other. We are in very slow speed. Just speed 1, so you can measure in days. And strategic redeploy. Speed 2. We need a pocket here. We are going to use the tank to finish. It's already finishing, and we can keep advancing. This one reached the objective and is going to encircle the units there. I'm not sure. Let's keep advancing. And we are going to do another pocket here. Very fast. And we are going to use the 12 kilometer speed to take these two tiles very fast. And you get the idea how this works, but let me check the fuel of the units so you can see. They are deep into the enemy territory, but they are at full capacity because they have logistic company, and this one it's on half capacity and it's very deep into the enemy territory, and this one too, a little bit less than half, but now it's going to fully resupply. So this is how it works. You can reach the Urals very fast. There is no way they can stop you, even by putting 12 divisions. It doesn't matter. They vaporize the defenses very fast, and your only limitation is going to be the time that takes to repair the supply depots. So let's go for the template. And if you are in Paradoxian channel, please subscribe here. It's Tino Dua English. I created this channel 2 weeks ago, so I hope to find you here. I will keep moving stuff from Paradoxian to here. So here is the template. It's almost similar as one I did before. 3 lines full of tanks and the rest trucks, anti-air, just one anti-air in this case because we have air superiority. Logistic company for getting deep into enemy territory. Flamer tank. First you use a light tank because the medium tank does not have the speed we require, but later when you have the 39 medium tanks, you change this by a medium tank. Engineer company for maintenance into deep, since you are going to be going to snow and every kind of difficult terrain, you need to the maintenance company. The engineers, super important because they will give you speed, and the recon company is even more important because it will give you speed and also much better tactics. If you combine the recon company with a trickster general, you should always use a trickster general. You will get much better bonus in attack. I have tested this several times, and the tricksters always get better tactics. Even, for example, I did this attack a lot of times and replaced this general with a level 5 instead of a level 5 in attack. Instead of this general that has level 3, I think, of 4, but since he's a trickster combined with the recon company, always pick better strategy. It's not tactics, it's not only about that the enemy will have a hard time countering your tactic. You will have always better, will pick from your tactics, it will pick the best for you. If you are not concerned about losing tanks to attrition, you can replace this with an artillery company and get even more damage. Also, you can replace the logistic company with a rocket company when you have the technology, and you will get even more damage. But the flamer, the engineer and the recon are not optional. And the combat width is 43, so it's kind of very good. You can add also another tank if you plan to go only in planes where you have more space, or if you plan to use these divisions alone, you can add even 2 tanks. The tank is kind of cheap because I do not give it points of armor breakthrough, because I do not need breakthrough. They have so many battalions in the division that the breakthrough is useless, and also not only decrease the cost but also increase the speed. So I give all the points that I give you to boost the speed, the standard wielding, the cheapest one, so to save money, the improved speed transmission, and the standard engine, so you can have the maximum speed, the medium howitzer, that is the best armor, the best weapon in the 39, 2-man turret instead of a 3. This is key because the 3-man turrets give you more breakthrough, but it lowers your speed, and again you do not need more breakthrough. 2 heavy machine guns to give the unit more damage. The radio improves a little bit the breakthrough, not that I need it that much, but it will help. You can put here a light machine gun, and this one for improving reliability. This tank is a little bit less reliable than the other, 79, but with the maintenance company these numbers goes up a bit, so the reliability is quite good. The speed is quite good, 11.9, super good. and a lot of damage, a lot of damage, not that much breakthrough, but since you're using many battalions, again you don't need the breakthrough, and not a lot of armor, but since you're using a lot of battalions, you don't need that much this armor. This is the first stage of the design. Later you can replace one tank with a tank destroyer with a lot of armor, so this unit will be effective in 43-44. This speed can only be achieved by Germany because they have this great shell that gives you a plus 10% on speed, and well, the tech team is kind of the standard that deals more damage, and we are using the commander that gives you 15 damage also. But the key concept that I would like to talk about today is the doctrine. For Germany, the Blitzkrieg is not the best doctrine. This is the best doctrine because, as you can see, Germany has the potential to make tanks that move at 12 km/h. Also, the Blitzkrieg gives you plus 60% breakthrough. That is super useful, but since we are using so many tanks, we have more breakthrough than what we need, so we are not using the breakthrough here. About the planning speed is great, but we don't need planning speed with this template because it's so powerful. We just do one single planning speed, the initial attack, and then we never use planning speed again. We just keep moving. So the only thing that remains here is the plus 10% speed, but since we have this great general, we don't need that 10% speed. So with Germany you should use the battlefield damage. I don't remember exactly the name. This one, that gives you
superior firepower doctrine.
Superior firepower doctrine, and you follow the left path, and about here you will get a bonus to the tank of extra damage, and in total you will be dealing 20% more with your tanks, and that will make the difference comparing to the other template. The other template that I used that moved at 12 km/h was using this doctrine, but I was wasting speed. I could put tanks that move at 13-14, but was completely useless. You do not need more speed than 12, and as I mentioned, the breakthrough was an overkill, so this path is much better for Germany if you use the Blitzkrieg tactic of using just spearhead to pocket enemy units. And now let's go to the design of the companies. For the flamer, I also use a 38-36 light tank. I put just the flamer. If need speed, I could use the fixed turret. I'm using this, and also some fuel. I have to lower one fuel tank and replace it by a heavy machine gun, because if not, the speed will be below the number that I need. That was close to 11.9. So in this case, just 3 tanks and a heavy machine gun, the flamer, this turret that you see there, the improved speed, the cheapest wielding, the standard engine, and in this case all the engine that you can give it, that is 14 points, and no armor. And now let's go to the Recon Company. And the Recon Company is a copy of the flamer tank to save points, and just changing the flamer by a heavy machine gun, but you can even keep the flamer if you wish and you want to save points. You just change the type here, flamer to light tank, and you will have your Recon Company without spending. And again, I use as a flamer a light tank. The medium tank is better, but for that you need to research the improved medium tanks that will give you enough speed to carry all the fuel tanks. You can even put one extra fuel tank, and you should when you get the improved medium tank, and replace the flamer company with light tanks and from 2 medium tanks. The medium tanks will give you bonus in forest and several types of terrain that are bigger than the bonus that the light tanks gives, and since the unit is super huge, a 5% extra damage in a 4k damage is a lot, so it's important you update these tanks for the medium. Also try to pick a commander and a field marshal with the traits engineer that will give you a +5 in river crossing attack. That is, you will need, it's more important the bonuses for the difficult situations than the bonus for the easy situation, and river is difficult, so this general is great. And also, even most important, a trickster that will improve a lot your reconnaissance and therefore your tactic. But if you combine with some experience on Spain, you will get the improvisation expert, that is the best trait, because will give you a huge speed bonus that is great for the tanks, and also will give you the river crossing ability that will boost your river attack a lot. So this is the most important characteristic that your offensive general should have. Also, super important, send your general and your tanks to Spain and test them properly. I did not, because one of them is green, but you have a video, several videos on the playlist how to get them to elite very early. A trick to that is to design the template even if you don't have the tanks. Just do the full design and convert 3 of your units, any of your units. For example, let's say that these are let's pick just one general, and you pick just 3 units, 1, 2, 3, and you convert this unit to the desired template, and you send this template to Spain. Keep training them in Germany until they reach level 3, and then the war starts and you send these 3 templates to Germany and you will take them to elite even without all the tanks. Later the tanks will arrive and the unit will be still elite. If you check the playlist, there is plenty of information on how to use this template, because I did a lot of things using the previous version of this template, so you will find all the information there on the channel, on the playlist. That's all. Thanks for joining and have a great day.